Hey, Pope.
Hey Cody, how you doing? Fuck,
Hey,
caught me in the
look,
middle of taking a sip of something.
dude, dude, what the hell? We acting like we haven't been in production snafu for the past half hour. I love this shit
I
already.
mean, you know what? In fairness, we did not say hello to each other.
No, we really didn't. We just kind of got on like, oh, we fucking Riverside. What the hell? I can't. Cameras, echoes. I can't figure it out. We just decided to go audio only today. Maybe we might kick it in the future once we get our shit together here.
Once the
Uh,
Riverside gods decide to finally work with us, like I was saying to you, this is like the fourth production that I have run through Riverside, and it never gets any easier.
I mean, full disclosure. I mean, I'm fully okay with this thing being a shit show. By the way, also another disclosure. We're probably gonna swear a lot on here. I've dropped 4 shits already. Um, it's just something we're gonna do. If that's not your thing, sorry. Um, well, you know me,
If
Pope.
that's
I try to.
no, I feel that.
When I put
I
myself out there, I do a lot of family friendly stuff. Uh, wrestling and wrestling and wrestling. Um,
No, dude, I get that 100%. I just I love how polar opposite the vibe is. Because for me, it's like you're not expecting me to say fuck. The fuck's wrong with you?
well, I
It's
mean,
been so long since I've been in that environment that I had to think oh yeah, Cody has children that regularly watch it. I could have found a better way to phrase that.
oh no, I understand. Like, I really do pride myself on you know being a part of family friendly shows because sorry, I'm stuttering through this.
Oh, you're good, brother.
Let me
I went
think.
through the same half hour of production snafu that you did.
Yeah, I'm still a little frazzled from that, but
I was about to say you were the one actually powering through it.
um basically, like, I understand what it's like to be a kid and be a wrestling fan and try to get wrestling into your house, and if you got parents that like don't like wrestling, or you're around people that don't like wrestling, they're looking for any excuse possible. They're like, oh, no, no wrestling in this house. It was tough being a kid in the Attitude Era, man.
Yeah.
Because it's like, no, I just want to watch, Undertaker and Stone Cold, they're cool. And then, like, all right, after weeks of convincing, we'll flip this stuff on. It's like, all right, here's Jerry Lawler and some drooling over some jello wrestling. Puppies, and it was rough,
And of
dude.
course that's what dude, I know exactly what you're talking about. There was a 6 week stretch where I was not allowed to watch wrestling. Cause the once a fiscal corner that my stepdad actually sat down and watched the shit with me. It happened to be the Edge and Lita live celebration.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
Man, I was pretty bummed. I
Crap
was like,
timing.
oh, dude, that's not even the shittiest wrestling timing I have ever heard. Have I ever told you about the one time my friend Chris tried to watch wrestling before he met me?
I don't think so, but I mean, even if the light goes off, go ahead and.
This man's flipped on the episode of Monday Night Raw in 2002, and he is greeted by the visage of Kane, but it's not quite Kane. It's a dude in a Kane mask, and he's at a funeral home. My boy flipped on Monday Night Raw just in time to see the Katie Vick shit live.
Oh
That
god.
was the one and only fucking time he ever gave the shit a shot before he met me. Um, we lived together for a hot minute, and I fucking turn on wrestling and shit, and we watch it together. And he eventually would get into it, and he eventually shares with me the story of the one time he tries to watch it, and he starts describing Katie Vick, and I'm like, hold the fuck up! You mean to tell me that the one time you decide to give it a shot, You flip on the TV during one of the most infamously shit moments ever. That's the best thing ever.
That was kind of a weird era in general because they were it was the end of the Attitude Era and they were trying a bunch of new stuff, in many regards, if I'm saying that expression right. uh it was throwing a bunch of crap to the wall, seeing what stuck.
Mm-hmm.
uh that was crap on the wall indeed. uh
The stuff that worked during the Ruthless Aggression era was hype as fuck. Uh, Proof. I'm sitting here having this conversation with you about wrestling. But
yeah.
man, when it sucked, that shit sucked ass.
HLA.
Oh god. Kurt Angle and Booker T. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh god.
Heidenreich reading poetry to Michael Cole. Fucking the Heidenreich in general, let's be honest.
Oh man, do you recall what Heidenreich was pitched to originally be?
I was just sitting here thinking about that. Yeah, the deep frozen fucking Nazi
Whew. Ooh, whoever came up with that idea.
was fired immediately, rightfully so. But
Oh,
here's the thing, man.
that disgusted Vince McMahon. Think about that.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
But, like, here's the thing, though. I would have loved to have seen it. I would have loved to have seen that get, like, the Mordecai run. Where it was, like, 3 shows later they realized it wasn't gonna work, fucking pull the plug on it.
Yeah, jeez.
I have such
man.
a deep love and affinity for garbage. I would have loved that in hindsight.
No, in timeline wise, if they would have gone through with that, that would have. So they thought of that before Muhammad Hassan. So Muhammad Hassan is the cleaned up, watered, like. All right, here's. This is
That
the
would have been
fixing
the
up.
ultimate feud.
It's like we learned our lesson, so here's our bet. Here's us learning.
I'm so sad that we'll never get Muhammad Hassan versus Nazi Heidenreich now.
Oh,
actually, that sounds like the greatest match in wrestling history.
So, in case you haven't put this together yet, this show has no format. We're just gonna be spitballing about zero preparation. No, man, I just I want an excuse to talk to you on a regular basis, man. Like,
I feel that. That's the main reason I was like, yeah, let's do this. We talk once a fiscal quarter right now, and that sucks. Let's fix that.
No, like, no, I don't know about you, but I get in my head, just we do what we got to do day to day, get by, spend some time away from people, and then like it don't take long at all to convince for me to convince myself. It's like, oh shit, like. Hey, no one's talking to me. Everybody must hate me. So, I mean, which, of course, you analyze it. You just reach out and talk to people. You find out really quick, 99% of the time, that's not true. Every now and then you get that 1% prick. But, I mean, that's a different story.
Absolutely. Most of the time, it's just life fucking happens.
But, nah, man, like, in the spirit of Big E, like, we're out here doing this thing. I don't need your pity follows. I just... man, I just wanted to bullshit and talk with you, and I figured this would be a fun thing. Fuck it, hit record. There might be 1 or 2 people that dig what we're doing here, and
shit, if we can
grow an audience, why not?
To recycle a bit from a podcast I made that no one ever listened to, our fan base, we're out here for the 12 tobacco farmers in Topeka, Kansas, who religiously listen to us. We just, on this old show I was on, we just come up with, the most niche group of people that we cater to. Fuck you guys, this is for us and the miners in Minnesota. I think that was Two Cute Drowned Boys.
Okay. Go check that out wherever you find podcasts.
Really don't check that out. It's not for
Is it available?
It is available, but it's not for you unless you happen to be a whaler who's hunting after Moby Dick. You'll get nothing out of it unless you're a fashionista in San Francisco who never wears a left shoe. We are a right shoe program.
What? I don't even know what that means.
Neither do we. That's why the show never really took off.
Oh man, we're off to a great start. No, I guess we should dive into a little bit uh why the hell I came up with the name Clef Club. Like, what does that even mean? For those of you that don't know, both myself and Pope were born with cleft lip and palate, and yeah, uh, but basically, I can't really speak for Pope, but like speaking for me, I got picked on a lot in a really fucking unique way. Because if you get picked on for like being fat, like whatever, you can run and do some fucking shit. If you get picked on for like, being dumb, like whatever, you can read some books and get smarter. Like, I can't fucking fix my face. So that's a really unique form of like fucking kids being fucking cruel.
See,
uh,
in a way, that's almost how I was able to like suss out whenever I went to a new school, like which bullies were going to be like the problem. If you went for my weight, all right, I was going to be able to deal with it. If you went for like just like the fact that I had long hair, I dress kind of bummy, yeah, sure, whatever. If you went for the cleft palate, fuck, dude, this guy's got jokes and I'm cooked.
yeah, dude, I feel that so bad. Like, I understand completely what you're talking about. Like that, like in the grand scheme of things, like I recognize that it is kind of a first world problem. There are people with way worse fucking problems. Like I'm I'm able bodied. My
Hmm.
lungs work fine, my eyes work fine, my heart works fine. Nothing wrong with my skeletal structure. Just my face looks a
Right.
little funny, but yeah, I mean, I feel like it provided a unique, to say the least, experience. Like you said, it helps suss out people. I like what you said
Exactly.
about like if they start roasting the cleft, you're fucking cooked because you can't really like. What can you say?
And it's just like, fuck, one, this guy's creative enough to think to hit that. Two, how do I respond to it? Your face looks like the McDonald's logo. Fuck, man, you got me there.
I've never heard that one.
Oh, dude, I got hit with that one in like fourth grade, and to this day, I regret that I didn't respond with "fuck, bro. You just want my lunch money."
uh, like I'm not gonna lie, like 60, 70% of the time, it was just people going up to me, sticking their finger up to their nose and making one side go up and going,
Mm-hmm.
like that shit got old.
Oh
Uh,
god, yeah.
like if you're gonna dog me, like fine. If you're gonna stretch your comedic muscles, like whatever. You're probably going through some shit yourself, and I'm just your punching bag. But at the same time, like fuck, at least be original.
Yeah, that was my thing. I got hit with the McDonald's logo thing, and I just thought to myself, like, "Huh, your dad likes you less than mine." Rad.
Oh wow.
Under better circumstances, I'm sure we'd find a lot in common. Unfortunately, fuck you.
Speaking of which, this episode is brought to you by McDonald's. Bada bada ba. I'm loving it. Go into McDonald's today to get your large fry. Large fries go good with everything, Pope. Am I not lying?
Not at all. Large fry? Hell yeah, my guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a vegetarian, so that's basically all I can get off the menu. But yeah, don't
I
let
was
that stop
just
you from enjoying McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it. We're gonna see how long we can get away with this. McDonald, full disclosure, peek behind this slab of a curtain we got here. McDonald's is not actually paying us, but I'm just gonna act like they are until they stop us,
ba da ba
because
ba ba. Cease and desist.
because that would be fun.
I mean, why not?
Who else can we get to sponsor us?
I would dead ass love a Burger King sponsorship. I will fight people who think that Burger King is like fucking F tier food. I love Burger King. Their fries
Spe-
suck ass, but
Speaking of Burger King, you can go in now, get yourself an Impossible Whopper. And I didn't know this, Pope, but if you go into the app and custom order, you can get yourself a double Impossible. So, I mean,
oh,
so the Impossible meat is already a slap in the face to God. So if you want the double slap, pata pata, stop in at Burger King. You probably got one close to you.
Burger King have its a way. Consume it in a fashion.
Uh, all right.
Just want to open
I
up
just
a
got a
restaurant.
text. We just lost our McDonald's deal. We
Fuck.
yeah, they heard us going on too hard on Burger King. So
Alright. Shit. You think we can get that Long John Silver sponsorship?
oh
I
no,
would.
from what I heard, Burger King's still in the pocket. You know, they're still with us, so we're gonna try to hang on to that one. Wait, you like
I
Long John Silver's?
fuck no. That's why I'd love to get sponsored by. No one likes Long John Silver's.
Someone's keeping them in business.
And I want to meet that person. I'm hoping that maybe if I get sponsored by him, I'll get to like sit down with Long John Silver himself. Like
No, like
I would love to get like sponsored by just like a brand everyone knows is like not like an unethical brand, but just like no one likes fucking Mr. Pibb over Dr. Pepper. I would take that Mr. Pibb sponsorship so fucking quick.
oh, where you at on RC Cola?
I fucks with RC Cola. I was
Oh,
just
nice.
sitting here, like, the reason I said Mr. Pibb was because I was blanking on what the fuck RC Cola was called.
Yeah, but you don't
Like,
need your doctorate to get delicious soda. Like,
you know what fucking sponsorship I actually tried really hard to get back when I was doing the YouTube thing?
hmm.
So randomly, fucking Halo Burger followed me on Twitter in like 2014, 2015.
All
Brother,
right.
I busted my ass off to try and get them to notice me enough to fucking give me money.
Hey, I mess around with Halo Burger. They got a black bean burger that I like. They're Cody
I
friendly.
I haven't had Halo Burger in like a decade, but I remember it fondly.
Do they have any out by you, Waterford?
No, they don't have any. I think the
So-
closest one would be like out in your neck of the
okay.
woods,
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that just the Flint thing, or
Flint area,
okay, that would
like
make sense.
mid Michigan ish, I believe. Um, but like I would just love to get sponsored by like some fucking regional shit. Like what I would really love is to get sponsored by like a regional Halo Burger type place, but I live nowhere fucking near there. Just like the Halo Burger of like Oregon.
Yeah. Not an official sponsor. I can't stress that enough. But shout out to Imperial Wrestling Entertainment. We're coming back soon. A little bit of a
Oh, dude.
hiatus. IWE, we took some time off. We're coming back. Follow them on social. IWE Gladiators. Just type them into your search machine. You'll find it. Doing a lot of fun stuff with the social media promotion. Some binary code cracking. To figure out what the hell anyone's talking about. No, no, I like it. It's fun. The fans are liking it and having fun, and I'm excited to get back. And I'm excited to. Hey, I don't know if anything's officially in the book, but I'm looking to slap around some Derek Crow, so that's gonna be fun.
You know what? As far as pastimes in Hood Lake, Michigan go, slapping around Derek Crow is right up there with insert things you could do in Hood Lake, Michigan that aren't slapping around Derek Crow.
Yeah, driving a boat around, hitting up the local bars, cornholing.
There's like 12 different directions I could take that, but I'm going to choose the high road and move on. This is what we call character growth, ladies and gentlemen. I'm fucking capable of it. I can grow as a human being, Dad.
uh, for those just listening, Pope just flipped off the camera. Uh,
It's okay. Every now and again, I throw in visual gags for my co-host and the 13 whalers that are still out there looking for that goddamn Moby Dick. They can see with their third eye.
So I figure it might be, I don't know, it might lead to nothing, but might be fun a little bit to dive into like how the hell we, met each other and got talking to each other and became friends. I'll have you know, I knew of you before uh, I ever actually met you or saw you in person. Yeah,
I don't know if I've ever heard this story.
you fucking ruined Rugrats for me. Um, you know what I'm talking about. I stumbled across a video of yours, and I was half-assed familiar with you before I even met you.
Oh, dude, that theory was so fucking dog shit garbage.
I mean, you want to, explain a little bit?
So many, many moons ago, in a kingdom by the sea.
Oh, I love you for that.
I like where I first got any form of like recognition anywhere. On YouTube, I used to do this show called Theory Addict, where I would find like fan theories on the internet and like break them down, read them and shit. Right, basically what MatPat did before MatPat ever did it. In hindsight, me in 2020, God, so many of these were so fucking bad. Just like the stereotypical, oh, what if these characters were in a coma and what if they were dead? But like, I was fucking 20 and I hadn't read a million of these yet, so I was like, oh, this is fun and different, and Five Nights at Freddy's doesn't fucking exist yet, so the idea of taking kid shit and growing it up a bit isn't completely fucking played out.
See, that's why that's why that shit tickles me so much, just because like it is so aggressively dark when it's just like most of the time just so unwarranted, but like just that's me and you can relate. Like we got that dark sense of humor going. Like that shit just tickles me in a way that.
I mean, yeah, dude, I was amused by that shit. I was beat as a kid. Oh, the fucking Rugrats are gonna make me sad. Fuck you. But one of the fucking like I think it was like episode 2 maybe that I did. The whole idea was it was like what if the kids in the Rugrats were like fucking dead or some stupid shit like that, or what if it was all like in some it was something along those lines. And it's actually funny. You are not the first person to tell me that they recognize me from a video. But I had no fucking idea that you were one of. I had no fucking clue. That's amazing.
Oh yeah. That's the first time I ever heard any. Is that video still up? Do people still find it?
I think so. I know that the very first episode of that, what if the kids of NN and anywhere in purgatory? Fucking, that got taken down because I used like a hella copywritten song in the background of that. I get asked about that one quite frequently. Allegedly, if you go on the Wayback Machine, which is a website, you can find it up on there, but I don't have the link for that currently.
You think that was what do you think was probably like your most viewed piece of content?
Actually no. So for a hot minute, while I was still like doing wrestling shit, I think this was in like 2017 or some shit like that. I used to make these like you laugh you lose compilations, like just finding a bunch of like funny shit on the internet, slapping it together in one video, throwing it up online so me and my buddies could laugh at it type shit.
Sure.
That got like 20 million hits before it got taken down. I'm still very upset that it got taken down.
That sucks.
I think I've still got a video in that same vein that's still got like 3 million hits up. I can actually throw that in the Google machine real quick to give me an honest answer.
Oh shit.
I've got a couple of videos that have hit like the 100,000 rate. Like I've gotten lucky and gotten viral like a number of times, and that's what it is. You know, it's fucking luck.
Hey, man, like, you know, some of it's luck, but I mean, shit, it's something you're doing, striking with people, even if it's just a very short,
I
very.
mean, don't get me wrong. Like, obviously, if I didn't know what I was doing, like, it wouldn't have gotten the traction that it did. But anyone who claims that they were able to get successful on the internet without, like, a sprinkle of fairy dust and being lucky enough to catch lightning in a bottle, you meet me someone who tells you that, I'll point at you and tell you that you're in the presence of a fucking liar.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of shit is luck, timing, uh right place, right time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of it's knowing the right people and like talking to, but
Oh, yeah.
you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, 100%.
I
No
don't.
one. That's fucking hilarious.
So, shout out
Um,
Mitch Hedberg.
one of my favorite fucking comedians ever. Real quick to answer your previous question, I think this has got to be the highest thing that I've got right now. It's One Movie You Laugh, You Lose videos sitting at just over 6 mil.
Oh shit, okay. Look at you.
That's a good feeling. I actually didn't know and gotten extra couple million views. That's nice. God, I wish I could make money off it.
My biggest piece of viewed content is probably an intergender match with Laura Phoenix. Got like 30,000 views on YouTube, and honestly, I don't think it got a lot of views because, like, I'm not gonna speculate on why it got a lot of views. I'm just,
I mean, I can.
uh, I
I'm
just
just
want to wrestle and entertain people. You know what? I wasn't even aware that that was a thing that people. Shout out to Laura Phoenix. I'm gonna send her this clip.
fucking immaculate.
No, seriously, Laura's fucking dope. She's good people.
Oh yeah, I appreciate the shit out of Laura Phoenix. Uh, I just laugh anytime I think about that because I don't even want to get into it because I know how graphic I can get with my fucking sense of humor, and Laura Phoenix doesn't deserve it.
No, no. Especially if I'm gonna send her the clip.
Uh, you all say some outlandish shit about it. I don't give a fuck. You know where I live. You can drive over and punch me in the head anytime you want.
So,
Honestly, I'd just be thankful for the company.
I feel like we should talk about this a little bit, but keep it as light in tone as we possibly can. I don't even know how to get into it without saying it, but we lost Todd Gilbert recently, man. Uh,
Yeah.
you know as well as I do that shit incredibly unexpected. It's
Oh yeah. I don't think anyone saw that coming.
no,
If they did, I'd love their advice on lottery numbers.
no. I just wanted to bring you know, I wanted to bring it up just because I wanted to talk about, I wanted to share, maybe a funny story or two. Maybe you could share, I want to keep the shit light, remember the good times. And, I
100%.
don't want this shit to get super serious and super heavy. And I apologize if I caught you off guard,
Oh no, dude, you're fine. I had a
like,
feeling it was going to come up because, like, I feel like that was sort of why this ever happened, you know? Because it had been quite a while since we had like an actual conversation. Like, we'll occasionally shoot each other memes and shit, but like before Todd passed, I can't remember like the last time we had an actual conversation that wasn't just like a meme and a quick catch up. You know what I mean?
yeah, I know exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, I know all too well what you mean. Sometimes it takes shit like this to, slap us in the face with like, you know, tomorrow's in the words of Jim Ross, you know, tomorrow's not guaranteed. Uh, you
Exactly.
know, uh, so and like I said at the top, about isolation, and sometimes uh, I can't speak for you or anybody else but myself really, but I mean I know I get in my own way a lot because I convince myself all the time that like, oh, everybody hates me, nobody wants to hear from me, and like I said, most of the time you just get talking a little bit, you find out real quick that's not true, but man, just that barrier of you standing in your own way, and uh I just felt like getting on here and talking, shit's important because Todd's a guy that fucking nothing ever fucking stood in his way. So for
100%.
me to let myself get in my way, like, fuck,
Right.
I feel selfish as hell. Like, and I don't know, man. We kind of got a little too serious.
No, you're fine. I mean, like, I can just say, like, from a personal standpoint, that's definitely, like, communication is a two-way street, and it's not exactly
Yes,
like I've been jumping out to get a hold of people. I've had, like, just really fucking shitty area cards on the table, and, my reaction is to always just, like, isolate, stick my head down, get through whatever the fuck I'm getting through, and, try not to drag people into it if at all possible, which isn't exactly the healthiest way of dealing with it, but that's what I've always defaulted to. Um, it's not fucking healthy whatsoever, and it's something that I need to work on. Um, and again, it's shitty how things like this kind of help, like, remind you of that.
yeah, it definitely gives you a big kick in the ass to take steps in the right direction because like I said before, tomorrow's not guaranteed, and fucking that's something I can say about Todd is like he lived his life to the fucking full. And like I was talking about this before, if you haven't checked it out before, anybody listening, on the MWO Network YouTube channel, there's a 5-part documentary, on my own terms, I believe is the title of it. If I messed up the title, I apologize. But produced by Todd Gilbert himself. 5-part documentary on his life. Very well done. He always did a good job with his productions.
Oh, absolutely.
Me and you were lucky enough to be a part of that. Uh, no,
Uh,
definitely go check out the Todd Gilbert documentary. Hit pause on this and fuck, who the fuck's listening? Stop listening to this and go watch that docu. No,
Unless you're one of the Calgary salt miners, this show is for you.
but but no, it was really well done. You know, his music is out there. Wherever you find music, Spotify, Bandcamp. Uh, he put his heart in everything, and he worked his fucking ass off. Like I wish I had a fraction of the work ethic that Todd had.
Oh, 100%.
Um, but yeah, I want to share a fun story real quick, and
Of
kind of bring
course.
Laura back into this. I'll send Laura this clip too. I'll send Laura like the whole show and then like clips of the show. Laura will be the audience.
This show is for Long John Silver's employees and Laura Phoenix. Laura, if
uh,
you listen to this in the Long John Silver's, you're going to make a bunch of employees very happy. The show will have nothing to do with it. They'll just be happy to have a customer.
but I remember you're involved in the story too. I think
Oh, dear.
Todd. Uh, yeah, I had Todd over. Like, I don't know if we're like watching a pay per view or we're just playing video games, or I don't know. We're all at our place, and like I think Todd was talking to Laura. Laura came up in conversation somehow, and like I just thought, me being the dickhead that I am, like, hey, let's fuck with Laura. Uh, so like I found an app in my phone that it lets you When the call pops up on your phone, it'll make it look like you're calling from anywhere, like you punch in. So I made it look. We called up Laura Phoenix and made it look like I was calling from the Boston Market in Boston, Massachusetts. So like, Todd and Laura are keeping communication this entire time while I'm calling Laura. And I try it the first time, and of course Laura's not answering because like it's a number she doesn't recognize, and
Right.
like everybody, you don't recognize the number. I'm not picking it up. It could just be spam, whatever. Uh, but then like I call again, and like Laura just kind of tells Todd like what the hell? The same number keeps bugging me. And he's like, Todd responds, "Oh, that's weird." Uh, Todd knows goddamn well what I'm doing. He's sitting right next to me,
Oh
laughing his
yeah.
ass. We're all laughing our asses off like a bunch of middle schoolers. Uh,
Whatever random bullshit's on the network.
but with that, like we just kept calling and calling. God, she researched the number eventually, and she's like, "What the hell? It's from Boston Market. Who's calling?" And Todd's just selling it so well. I was like, "What? Who's bothering you?" Uh, I, I'm sure we drove Laura up the fucking wall that
We
day.
had to, dude. You called her like at least a dozen times.
And I forgot. I got her voicemail, I think. And when I got the voicemail, I played an audio clip of John Cena's entrance theme. So I'm almost certain by the time she's checking her voicemail, she knows somebody's fucking with her. So, and I think paying homage to Vince McMahon revealing he was the higher power. Me, you, Todd shoot a fucking video where we're sitting on the fucking couch like we're about to take a family photo like a bunch of fucking idiots with a blanket draped over our heads like we're a damn Christmas present. I don't even know who we got. I think Hannah shot the video. Like I don't
That
know
sounds
who
about
actually
right.
recorded the video for we're just a bunch of fucking kids, man. We pulled the blanket up over our faces at the same time. It was us, Laura.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Well, none of us can keep a straight face, and we're all just dying laughing. That's legitimately one of my favorite memories with Todd.
Oh god.
And like,
I
what made it great is like Todd was keeping communication with Laura the entire time, selling it.
Oh dude, he was selling it so fucking good.
I don't know why bugging Laura's fucking it amuses us so goddamn much.
I because fucking with the boys is funny.
Yeah, Laura's one of the boys. Oh,
Absolutely.
Larry.
Larry Phoenix, fellow worker.
Uh,
Worked
you got you
single
got any
leg
fun?
crab.
You got any fun Todd stories?
God, all of mine are like just little snippets, you know. I hate that as I've gotten older, I've gotten worse at retaining like good memories, you know. But one that sticks with me was the first, the last, the only time the lad ever rode with the Freebirds to IWE.
Oh boy, I think I know where this is going, and I think somebody told a story similar to this at a service. But go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
So, first of all, for context, the Freebirds are a group of wrestle boys who just happen to really get along, so we gave ourselves a dumb nickname, right?
Let's shout them out. Come on.
Uh, in particular, we've got like JJ Hughes. We've got like Bam Grizzly or Backwoods Bam, whatever the fuck he goes by now. I
Bam,
love you,
bam,
Bam.
bam, bam. I call him
Fucking,
Bam Lamb.
yeah, I just go with fucking Bammer. You know, there's the both of us. There's Sticky Nicky, Ray Jackson, fucking Blackwell. Just
Bill,
punch
Bill,
list, right?
Bill, Bill.
Ant Age. This was like a weird proto version of the
Bojack.
Freebirds, where it's like me, JJ Hughes, and I'm pretty sure it's Adam Wick and Jesse Brown all riding together.
We love Jesse Brown.
Dude, I love Jesse Brown to death. I hope that Jesse Brown's having a really fucking good day.
Shout out to Jesse Brown.
Absolutely. When
Los Angeles clip.
Hell yeah. When I first started like coming to shows and shit, it was the four of us and Bam that would all ride together to shows, right? Well, one of these shows, Bam couldn't come with us for one reason or the other, so Todd ends up hooking a ride with us. Fucking ride there. Smooth as ass cheeks, right? Perfect ride. Show itself goes really well. Todd's doing the whole Todd the Bod gimmick at the time, where he's kind of like IWE's version of fucking Mean Gene, right? Shit was great. I don't think that this was at the TV station, but I don't know if we've made our way to Artesia yet. So this might have been like one of the weird like one-off shows that we did at like a different location, right? I can't quite remember. But anyway, the ride back. First of all, I can't remember what the joke was, and I wouldn't repeat the joke anyway, even if I remembered it. I'm not even going to say who made the joke. But upon getting in the call, one of the guys made kind of an off-color joke about Todd not realizing that he was already in the fucking car.
Whew.
So we got off to a great start. Thankfully, Todd had a great fucking sense of humor about that stuff, right? Like, Todd will be the first person to make a joke about it. But then, like, it's like a 2.5, 3-hour car ride, right? It's not quite Houghton Lake distances quite yet, but it's still a bit of a hike. And 20 minutes into the car ride, something goes fucky with JJ's car, right?
Oh boy.
The son of a bitch is going like 15, 20 miles an hour the whole ride. And when we got in the car, Todd was already talking about how tired he was and how he was actually pretty excited to get to bed. My poor boy. He was so eepy. He was so fucking eepy by the time it got back, just struggling to keep himself awake. Just clearly having the worst car ride of his fucking life.
Poor
guy. He's in there with me, JJ, Rico, and fucking Jesse. And it's just the Freebirds roast of the Freebirds the whole time. We're being just the loudest, most obnoxious assholes ever. Playing intentionally shitty music so we could laugh at it. Which, Todd being a musician, this had to drive him up a fucking wall, right? We're listening to, like, goddamn Dr. Pepper by Diplo and fucking Riff Raff, which might be the worst song I've ever heard. We listened to that at least twice, that car ride, right?
Oh, boy.
Todd, we don't even drop Todd off at home. It's quicker. Todd's like, it's quicker for you to drop me off at Walmart. I'll have someone pick me up from there. Wow. We finally drop him off at like 4:30 in the morning. First, last, only time that poor lad ever rode with us. I felt so bad, but God, it was such a funny trip.
Jeez.
Like, I don't know if you went like the same way as us, but like on the way back from IWE, there's like this giant fucking bridge you gotta go over, right?
Oh, the Zimmerman Bridge?
Yeah.
Oh, over by Saginaw.
Yeah. Going up that, only being able to go 20 miles an hour.
Nerve-wracking.
It was the worst. And because we're uphill, we're only going maybe 10 miles an hour.
Oh my
I
god.
remember there was a point, I don't remember if everyone got roped into it, but at the very least, me and I think Adam were sitting there just like leaning back, pushing ourselves forward, trying to help give the car a little extra go. We finally get downhill and we're all just, wee! Oh my god, we're going like 17 miles an hour!
About to cut out some holes in Flintstones, that bitch.
Meanwhile, I think Todd's thinking about jumping out.
I can picture it.
It's like we're all like little shits in our fucking early 20s at the time. This is great. Todd's in his mid 30s at this point. Man's too old for this shit.
Yeah.
It's like being just a little bit younger than Todd would have been when this story took place. I'm too old for that shit.
Yeah, well, it feels like once 30 hits, you know, the body reacts to things a little bit differently, and
It's all
not saying
downhill after 30, man.
not saying we're ancient by any means, but
No, but we're
I'm sure there's
starting.
I'm sure there's some 40 somethings and 50 somethings going, oh, you poor bastards.
100%, but fuck you. Clearly, you don't remember being 30 when this shit just started going wrong. I'm sorry that you've been old for so long that you don't remember when you just started getting old. I, on the other hand, am shitting.
Oh man.
I'm having this sinking realization that this is the hardest my dick's ever gonna get without pills.
Speaking of which, this podcast is brought to you by Blue Chew. Blue Chew, when you need the hard wiener.
When you need the hard take the pill. I don't fucking know. I thought I had something for that and I lost it.
Go to bluechew.com, put in the promo code Cleft Club. If it saves you any money, we'll be surprised.
It saves you even a penny. We will shit sideways.
Just, I mean, fuck it. Try the promo code Cleft Club. You might save some money.
If you use the code, take two in action. If you use the code Clef Club and it works, we might have to change our name next week.
By the way, how moronic was it on my part to name the podcast Cleft Club when co-hosted by two motherfuckers with a cleft? And Cleft Club is one of the hardest things to say with a cleft.
You
My
say
bad.
how moronic. I say what a brilliant idea for a running gag.
Like, no, honestly, man.
It's like the asshole who put S in lisp.
Like, I've been told, like, because growing up, there's a bunch of specialists and stuff I would always have to see, with my cleft, regarding, procedures and surgeries and things like that. Yeah, I'm sure you know all about that.
Oh, yeah.
The yearly thing where all the specialists would gather, prod you one at a time.
Yeah, shit sucked.
Yep. Shit, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, one of the speech people I would talk to, we would go through, she would like have me like read lines and stuff to see how my speech was doing. And like she was always like, I don't want to say amazed because like I'm sure there's other people in the same boat, but I never really had too much of a speech problem. Other than like sometimes when I'm talking and I like it sounds like my nose is plugged, but I mean
Right.
but I mean like I sound no different with my nose plugged and unplugged. That is one thing, but
I remember when I like in kindergarten and shit, I needed like speech therapy. But I think the issue was less like the fact that I had a cleft palate, and more just that like I wasn't very well socialized at that age.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
once I started interacting with kids, if it isn't evident by now, I became very proficient in the English language. Once I learned how to say fuck, whew,
No, that's good to hear because like no, like I had a problem with H's when I was younger. Like anything that involved like a ch or not like like chicken or anything like that, but like God, what am I thinking of? The word school, or like it always sounded like I was saying skoo or skew or something like that. Like
The
I
Cartman pronunciation.
I didn't even really think about that. Maybe Cartman has a cleft. That would explain a lot.
God, it really would. No, I don't know. It could just be that like my I think of like what were my issues as a young child. I had ADHD like a motherfucker. That was like the dominant thing until I was in middle school. I'm sure that my cleft palate like gave me problems along the way as far as like speech and shit, but big thing I remember was how often I was told, "Hey, you need to calm the fuck down." Go to the principal. He won't calm the fuck down. I'm sorry, I can't.
Oh man, yeah. Yeah, I can't say I had just the opposite thing. Yeah, you had to prod me with a stick to see if I was there. So
Oh, I was always the loudest one in the room. Like it
yeah,
wasn't even
no.
like an attention-seeking thing. That's just like the way I've always been.
Oh. Yeah, yeah, nothing's better for a podcast than dead air right now. Sorry about
No, it's okay. We were hearing from the our co-host, Cunningham von Yellington.
yeah, that's Paul, my cat Paul. Shout out to Paul. Uh, we've had Paul since 2007. Yeah, Paul's been around since the Bush administration.
Holy
Uh,
shit!
yeah, she old. She right, 18. Getting close to 19. Uh, yeah. Have you have you seen the cat Paul, little white and black?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When I popped by your place the other day,
Yeah. Uh, she was at my mom's for a while.
I
But I
thought I
just
recognized that cat. That's the cat that I randomly like scooped up and put on my shoulder one day, and y'all were fucking
oh
amazed.
yeah, that's right. So you have interacted with Paul before? Wait.
I have. I quite fondly remember Shoulder Cat. That was like the coolest I'd ever felt. So I felt like a Disney princess when I could say fuck.
Enchanted 3. Uh, uh,
Enchanted 3 Disenchantment.
uh, I mean, shit. I'm not really sure where I want to go. Maybe start wrapping things up. I don't know here, man. We've got about
Looks
an
like we've been.
hour.
Yeah, I was about to say we've been getting that fucking
Um,
shit.
I'm not really, that crazy into promotion. Like I did create a YouTube channel. I did create a Spotify feed, a Facebook page. But I'm not going on a whole like, oh, please, like and follow and what, because honestly, like not saying I'm against people promoting their stuff and getting their stuff out there. I fully support what people are doing. Live your dreams, fucking hustle, do your thing. But like, I don't want to be another person cluttering up your inbox. Like, oh, please follow this. Like, you know, I, I, I want it to be out there and I want it to exist. But like, I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
admittedly, I'm not a very good fucking professional wrestler in that respect because I probably do some of the least amount of self promoting in
That
independent.
is.
And I fully recognize that that's what it's about. You need to get your name. If people don't know who the hell you are, then like what are we doing? We need to. It, again, that goes back to the very beginning about us getting in our own way sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But
I.
anyways, I'm not like gonna be that heavy into like, hey, but follow Clef Club if you want. If you are so obliged. Uh, honestly, man, I just kind of want people to like find this shit organically, not because like I'm pushing the shit heavily on them. Like you said, the few people we mentioned, I do want to send them clips. Laura, Jesse Brown, especially Jesse Brown, Miss Jesse Brown. We love Jesse Brown. Uh,
Jesus fucking Christ.
sorry about that. I love doing it. It's just a fun voice to do. I'm sorry, even if I'm not that good at it.
No, speaking of fucking impressions, I hear that I've actually been working on a JD Vance.
Yeah.
No, no, JD Vance. I like to fuck the couch. No. That's a bit that my other buddy Cody does like constantly that I have wholeheartedly stolen from him. So if by chance you are, if by chance my friend Cody has become one of the oil rig workers who listen to this show exclusively, hey bud, I stole your bit. Haha, fuck you.
We love JD Vance. It's a bad rap he gets. Hey, everyone's done it with the couch once. I don't know what the big deal is, people. He's not a
Why is it?
villain.
Why is it called a love seat if you're not allowed to fuck? That was more JFK. Why is it called a love seat if you're not allowed to fuck it?
Oh, all right. No, anything you want to plug? I know you got like some socials, some musics. You got some
Uh,
musics on Spotify. Come on.
Yeah, I have way less shit to plug now than I did like this time last year. I've actually vastly reduced the amount of social media that I use in general. Which is probably a whole fucking tangent I could go on, but I can save that for another episode. Um, Really the only ones that are left are YouTube, Twitch, and Spotify. Pope Brandon Brownson on all of them. Pope is in the funny hat. Brandon is in the name, Brandon, and then Brown is in the color. Sun is in that thing my dad forgot about for a few years.
Just like we forgot about William Hung. Uh,
Shit, dude, how long's it been since we said William Hung?
that is a deep cut. For those of you who don't know, it is a gag between me and Pope that like we
Brandon,
somehow.
who would know?
Okay, maybe we should go back a little bit further. William Hung, was a contestant that tried out for I believe the third season of American Idol.
It was one
Uh,
of the early ones.
he went viral before going viral was even a thing. And for those of you who don't recognize the name, like William Hung, who is that? What song did he do? He was the gentleman on American Idol who auditioned with "She Bang, She Bang." Oh baby, when she move, I go crazy. That's right. Stick around the whole show, you get that William Hung impression. I don't know if I can keep that in or not.
It's a William Hung impression. We're keeping it.
No, honestly, I love low key, not even low key, high key. I love William Hung because honestly, like William Hung is not particularly talented in what he's choosing to pursue. Like I think we can agree on that.
I feel like that's a kind way of wording it, in fact.
However, this guy is chasing the shit out of his dream of being a professional singer, has 2 Christmas albums. Yes, it is a middle finger to every struggling artist out there. I fully acknowledge that. However, from a
As
standpoint of
long as
chasing
it's
your dreams,
acknowledged.
from a standpoint of chasing your dreams, it's hard to be mad at the guy.
I can't even say that because like I have such a fondness in my heart for anti music. Just people who don't particularly have talent, but put out a fuckload of music regardless. Like, you know the song "Rock and Roll McDonald's"?
Yes,
I
yes.
fucking love
What is that
guy.
guy's name?
I cannot remember. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh,
I got YouTube open right here. I can look it up just so we can give the proper credit.
so yeah,
McDonald's.
we gotta give this guy his credit.
Wesley Willis.
Wesley Willis,
Yeah,
rock and
like
roll
just
McDonald's.
everything that guy puts out. Like, I whoop Batman's ass slaps. I just love that fucking. It is like such aggressive DIY energy. I fucking love shit like
It's
that.
a very punk rock in spirit, and I know people hear that sounds like punk rock. What the hell are you talking about? I mean in spirit of like, you know, fuck whatever the establishment says stuff's supposed to sound like. We're gonna do shit. We're gonna do it our way. Like,
Oh, 100%. And then again, I feel like if you don't understand that something doesn't necessarily have to be punk as fuck. I'm sorry, buddy, you're a square.
the
You are rectangular. You have two short sides, two long sides. You're a fucking rhombus.
uh, but anyways, me and Pope decided that we somehow adopted William Hung, even though he's older than us.
I forgot that that's where we were going with all this.
To take it, to weave it all back. Uh, 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 yeah, we somehow adopted William Hung, even though he's older than us, and like I don't know how you adopt human
I
beings,
think
but
it
like,
was more so that he was a pet.
but yeah, you know, you pet him, you take care of him. You know, he comes up, you know, he sings, "Can you feel the love tonight?" every now and then. By the way, singing it way better than he ever did. Like,
Oh, 100%.
no
But, like,
insult to
what a loving
William, but
homage.
but
No, it's hard to intentionally sing an off key.
but yeah, we every now and then, me and Pope, you know, we remind each other. It's like, hey, do you remember to fill William Hung? And it's like, oh shit, we did not remember. William
What
Hung
what
might be
was
no
the
longer.
what was the dumb way that we had of feeding him? Like, it wasn't just that we fed him; we spread like icing on the wall or some shit like that.
Yeah.
There was some situation where he would
Oh,
have to like lick something off the wall.
I believe it was a messed up joke about him having a flat face that he can eat off of a wall. So
That sounds about right. I want to say that there was a bit where he had like a fucking giant gerbil wheel.
so we just put some pellets on the wall for William Hung. And you know, even though some stuff might have happened to William because of our negligence, we still honor William every Passover.
So unfortunately, we passed over our responsibility to feed him, so it just felt right. God, that
uh,
could be a fucking weekly bit, just us describing a stupid fucking inside joke that we have. There's so goddamn many of them.
well, I mean, for having no preparation and me kind of going through this, I mean, shit, pilot episode, Clef Club. How do you think it went, man?
Man, I think it went pretty well. I think that the paper makers in Oregon are gonna fucking love this one.
No, man, like I've had a couple experiences on podcasts before, you know, and you know they did a good job. You know, nothing against any of the podcasts I was on, but honestly, this is all on me. I don't know how comfortable I was, just because this is something I'm not really used to. Kind of feel out of my element, and that's part of the reason I'm getting into this too. I'm trying to get more comfortable. A professional wrestler that is uncomfortable with public speaking, Pope. What the fuck am I doing? So I figure this could at the very least be an exercise.
No, that's fair. That is totally fucking fair. God, just the way you worded that was cream. Immaculate. No notes. One note. Ah.
But no, you got anything else?
I think that about does it for me, brother. Remember to tip your waitress.
All right. One quick last. IWE Imperial Wrestling Entertainment. Like I said before, coming back. You know, keep an eye on those socials. It's a big part of what I do. Love Imperial Wrestling Entertainment. Follow them. On all the socials, IWE Gladiators, iwegladiators.com. Look, just put it in your search bar. You'll find it. Follow it. I won't be as insistent on following this. Like, follow this if you want, but no, go follow IWE. Find them on YouTube. Shit, while you're at it, look up MWO on Facebook, the MWO Network, official MWO. A lot of archive, just because it's not going anymore doesn't mean you can't go back and enjoy it. A lot of stuff I've done, a lot of stuff Pope's done, a lot of stuff's our friends done. So, I mean, go back, check out any of that stuff. Sorry, I just went on plugging all my wrestling shit. Pope. I need to make sure I take care of my people, Pope. I need to take care of the people that take care of you.
100%, man. No, fucking IWE plug. Never gonna turn my nose up at that.
All right, and I don't know if they'd appreciate it or not, with all the cussing and stuff we're doing. But I mean, honestly, it's in the spirit of being real. Pat McAfee, he normalized saying "fuck" on ESPN at 2 p.m. So,
God bless him for that.
Yeah, if nothing else, man. So, if you got nothing else, I guess we'll sign off here for Cody Leedy, Pope Braden Bronson. This has been Clef Club.